So, I suppose it's easy enough to start by saying, holy fuckballs McShitcrust, I love this game. Personally, I've always been a fan of heists, crime, and other general faux pas of society, at least in a fictional sense, and with GTA 5's mythical heists still being hidden behind a wall of why the fuck are they still not out? At least at the time of me recording this, I've had to find other ways to fill that particular niche. Payday 2 not only stepped up to fill the gap, it promptly overflowed it with awesome and sent me into cardiac arrest. From the constantly shifting pace to the variety in heists, to the new and improved roster of characters, to the near infinite character builds, weapon setups, and the constant stream of reasonably priced, and sometimes even free DLC, this game delivers the heist fan's wet dream. However, because of course this is a review, I can't just sit here and generally talk about how awesome it is. I should probably delve into what actually makes it awesome. So in no particular order, we're going to start with graphics. Really, I'm only starting with graphics to get them out of the way, because I give less than a shit about how pretty a game is as long as it's fun. They do the job. It's a vast improvement over the first game, but they're still riding the middle in terms of quality. They won't blow your mind with their amazing shaders and shades of brown, but they do look nice. With the audio, Simon Vicklin's work on the soundtrack is nothing short of glorious. The music matching the situation adds tension. For example, as the police begin to prepare their assault, the music begins to pick up in tempo until it becomes a blaring indicator that shit has hit the fan. Add into that the voice work is solid and the characters have distinct voices and personalities.
I was draining the mongoose. It needed draining.
It results in everything sounding like the sweet cooing of the baby Jesus mixed in with a bitchin' soundtrack. So most times with me, my favorite thing to see put in a game is the ability to customize your own personal character. While the characters in this game are preset, I don't mind because they're really just blank slates for whatever you want to do during the game. Most of what makes you have a unique identity in Payday is customizing a mask, which is the iconic item of Payday. As you play, you'll unlock various masks that you can use for customization, so you start by picking any mask you like. What the fuck is this? You continue by picking a material you like. Finding a pattern that suits you. And then picking the color you like. This way you can end up with nearly infinite creations, including whatever the fuck that fucking thing is! I'll smack your shit, son. With new masks, patterns, and materials coming out with almost every new DLC, the choices just keep getting better. Now for one of my personal favorite parts, guns. With new updates coming out all the time, the current armory is already expansive, and it's only going to get bigger. The amount of customization is truly awesome. From different silencers and compensators to a plethora of sights, you can focus your build on damage, concealment, accuracy, or somewhere in between. And sometimes your guns can come out looking pretty crazy too. What the fuck would you do? This is what the fuck am I here? But most of the time, they come out looking pretty cool. But undoubtedly, where you have the most control over your character is in the skill sets. Now, it used to be based on 4 classes: Mastermind, Enforcer, Technician, and Ghost. Mastermind is a setup based on controlling hostages, intimidating the police, and buffing your team, with boosts for assault rifles and pistols. At its best, you can shout at down teammates to revive them, intimidate police into surrendering, and even turn them against their comrades. Enforcer is all about wearing the heaviest armor and lugging around tons of ammo, in essence being a walking tank. It has boosts for damage and a focus on shotguns. At its best, you get access to the OVA 9000 saw, which is useful for cutting open locks and the heaviest armor in the game. Technician is based on gadgets, primarily using breaching charges, sentry guns, and upgrading drills to be quicker and quieter, as well as boosts to single-shot weapons and all rifles. A fully spec'd Technician can deploy 2 sentry guns along with up to 3 trip mines and can make the drill quicker and completely silent. Ghost is exactly what it sounds like, a stealth build focusing on utilizing ECM jammers to disable radios and alarms, looping camera feeds, and boosting general sneakiness. At their peak, a Ghost can use ECM jammers to open security doors, they can pick safes, and they can loop cameras for about 20 seconds. With the addition of the original Hoxton, they added in the Fugitive tree, which is based on movement and survivability. At the best, a Fugitive can use dual pistols, can dodge incoming fire, and regenerate armor with headshots. You could drop all your points into a single tree, but your best bet is to spread it around and build a well-rounded character. In addition to the skill tree, there are perk decks that add more to your character, primarily boosts to damage, health, armor, and other things. Eventually, you can unlock the armor bag, which lets you take a second set of armor with you that you can deploy at any time during a heist, which is extremely useful if a stealth heist goes wrong. Now obviously the game is based around heists, and the variety of them is always expanding with each new update. Aside from the usual heists for money, gold, and whatever the hell is stashed inside bank deposit boxes, there are story-based heists you do for various contacts. These can range from cooking meth to trade for information on cartel leaders that your contact wants dead, to the Shadow Raid, which is a full stealth heist focused on stealing priceless items from a PMC storage facility. While some heists do have specific ways you need to complete them, the majority of heists can be completed in any fashion, whether you want to sneak in or you want to go in loud. Now stealth heists obviously require stealth, so you need to enter the building unseen. Then you get to start waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And waiting. No, go out there, there's a guard! It's not really boring to say, actually. It's kind of tense depending on the situation. Like right now, standing here, waiting for a guard to move, and he won't fucking move at all. The little piece of shit. But even then, it's not just sitting down and waiting. You gotta keep on your toes, otherwise a guy like this might sneak up on you.
Get down!
And even then, it's a lot of luck because you can get spotted in an instant. Just the smallest thing has to go wrong and the entire stealth heist is blown. So, from there, you just gotta take down the camera guy, take out the guards, gently remind the tellers that it's a bad idea to press the silent alarm, and get the civilians under control. Sometimes lethally if you have to. And if everything went according to plan, you just start up the drill, and then start waiting. And waiting. And waiting. At this point, it's not a bad idea to find a way to entertain yourself. You ain't ringing alarms now, are ya? Are ya? Then, of course, once the vault opens, you just need to head inside and bag up your loot. And since you have the time, you might as well leave a little message for the police in the deposit boxes. But honestly, it's just a lot more fun to go in guns blazing.
Down on the ground. Keep the crowd in control.
At this point, all you have to do is fight off the police and keep yourself alive long enough to get away with the money. You do need to be careful on the higher difficulty levels though, because they'll start sending in special unit types and using some tricky tactics to get around you. Really, at this point, the way the game carries on, it can lead to some pretty awesome feeling moments. And obviously it's all leading up to making off with the big score. All in all, if you want a solid co-op game to play with friends and a vast community to jump in with, you can't do much better than Payday. With high replayability and high quality DLC being released frequently, Payday doesn't show any signs of stagnating anytime soon. This has been a Game Deck Game Review. Thanks for watching.